I think we are live.
How about that hip hop though? What about all that hip to the hop to the hippity hop?
It's not really that dark.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Hip hop can be pretty dark, man. A lot of
Yes,
people get
but
killed in hip hop.
this is very dark. Okay, and welcome everyone, and I'll read you this. Angel of the seventh dawn. Since I was a child, they awoke at night, talking to my darkened world, till the morning light. Serve my time upon this earth, angel to my side, in and out among the thieves, serve this place to die. Come on to me, soothe my hurting pain, come on to me, soothe my hurting pain. Jackal at the heels of life, seventh day of dying, to and from one God's green death, nothing left alive. Come on to me, soothe my hurting pain. Come on to me, soothe my hurting pain. Angel of the seventh dawn, angel of the seventh dawn, to my side. And until dawn, angel of the seventh dawn. Serve this world to suffer, serve this world to die, serve the earth to be in pain, serve this bleeding.
Nice. Where'd that come from?
That's Danzig. That's the image.
Oh, nice. That's like
That's the drawing.
Altus or whatever, huh?
Well, this is a man that's clearly in touch of his dark side. We can go into the early days of Danzig. I mean, Misfits even. Hard business, too much hard business, driving late at night. Psycho 78, my bathroom is new for you. Yo, go in the bathroom with me. Psycho 78, 12 o'clock, don't be late. All this hard business, my mirrors are black for you. Yo, go in the bathroom with me, with you. I'll put a knife right in you. I'm warning you, I'll put a knife right in you.
Damn.
And that's the drawing for hard business.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Danzig didn't draw all of that, did he?
No, that was Simon Bisley.
I was gonna say, damn.
That's Simon Bisley. Good art.
It's good art. What you drinking? Some milk?
White vanilla nut milk. Almond milk, not any milk.
I was gonna say almonds don't have nuts though. How can you milk an almond?
I don't know. You just can.
It's a good question. Where does almond milk come from? I can't milk an almond.
I don't know. I don't question it. I just drink it. It's got 50% more calcium than regular milk.
Really? Huh. That's cool.
All right, you see by what I read, my imagery, definitely touched with my dark side.
I'm digging the shirt, man. Looking fresh pressed.
That's the Necromantics. They were a horror punk band, psychobilly. There's
Let's
plenty
talk
of
about
those.
your what's under your dresser over there?
It's just a bunch of papers and stuff.
Oh, okay. It's like a
So do you
tool of some sort.
do you like horror films?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not I'm into the genre as much as the next guy, I guess. I'm not like
What type of
crazy,
horror
crazy,
films?
but what's that?
What type of horror films? All or Pacific?
I mean, I liked the gory. Like, I liked Hostel. Hostel was a good one. Hostel 2 as well.
I haven't seen Hostel or Hostel 2. I plan to.
It's like a better version of what Saw should have been, in my opinion. Saw's good too, though. Saw's good too.
Those were directed by Ian Roth, right?
You know, I don't know. Like when it comes to directors and stuff like that, I'm clueless, man. I really am. Why? What kind of you like? Roth, what's your go-to horror movie?
I believe Eli Roth directed Hostel and Hostel 2.
Directors go right over my head.
He also directed a few documentary series called Eli Roth's History of Horror. You've not checked out
History of Horror? I've heard of that. I haven't seen that though.
Well, it should be up on AMC.com or on demand.
Word.
They cover most things I've seen, most episodes. He definitely directed Hostel. They talked about it. Hostel shows up in.
What about Rob Zombie's movies?
Rob Zombie gets interviewed. They talk a little bit about his version of Halloween.
Oh yeah.
When they're talking about all the Halloween films.
I never saw his Halloween. I saw not 1,000 Corpses. What's the other one?
Devil's Reject.
Yeah, Devil's Rejects. I love that. That movie was a good one, man. That was one of my favorites.
I haven't seen that movie. I wasn't that drawn to it. It had a killer soundtrack.
The soundtrack was amazing. It had Brian Posehn in there to get murdered. He's that fat comic guy who did the Sarah Silverman show, and
yeah, we know Brian Posehn.
It's a good movie.
He was also on Bob and David. If you not watched Bob and David, it's called Mr. Show.
Yeah.
Mr. Show, and now it's just Bob and David.
Yeah, they changed the name. I remember seeing it, Mr. Show on Netflix, and now it is just the Bob and David Cross, and Bob and Kirk.
They still use Brian.
They still use a lot of the same people, but they got, it was a good show. It's better than Mad TV to me, but not by much.
I get what you're saying. They only do 30 minutes. Mad TV did a whole hour.
True, yeah, and way more episodes, too.
Well, they're catching up. Sure it'll be okay.
Do they still do them?
I don't know.
I think Odenkirk's done with all of that, isn't he?
He might be.
He's got fuck you money. He's got the kind of money he doesn't even need to...
He's got Better Call Saul money. And
yeah, exactly.
And he was on Breaking Bad, so he's got Breaking Bad money. Breaking Bad made it shit ton. It's hugely successful.
Yeah. That'll be a good movie, man. What do you think it's going to be about?
They're going to make a Breaking Bad movie, really?
Yeah, you haven't heard that? It's yeah, they're making a movie.
Well, Better Call Saul is the bridge toward that movie.
Yeah, well, it depends if they do it as a prequel, like before Breaking Bad, or they could do it as like a sequel. Because the prequel is Better Call Saul,
Yeah. Have you ever listened to heavy metal?
No, what's that?
Really?
Yeah, what is that, Kenny?
You've never listened to Van Halen?
Who?
Van Halen.
Oh, is he that guy who does and she's buying her stairway to heaven? Is that one?
No.
Oh.
Van Halen, Jump, Panama, Riding with the Devil. Well, it was.
Riding with the Devil? No, I'm not a big heavy metal guy. I mean, I listen to...
Running with the Devil.
Yeah. I like Death Clock. Did you like Death Clock?
Who?
Death Clock. The animated TV show, and they're actually a band.
Oh, yeah.
By Brendan Smalls. That was a popular one amongst my group of friends.
I like it. I really love it.
The show or the music? Because both are good to me.
Oh, the music was better than the show, let's face it. It was.
I don't know. I was going to say, if anything, vice versa. The show, I could see people liking but not their music. That's how I started out, but then I ended up liking their music, especially their live performances where they show the cartoons in the background, like kicking ass and stuff. Like, that's pretty cool. That's kind of like the Gorillaz.
I didn't see much of that. Do you like any heavy metal band? What about Deep Purple?
No, I can't even say I've heard of them. I'm really not that much into heavy metal.
So music-wise, you haven't really embraced your dark side.
I mean, my dark side can be more about slapping titties and doing drugs, can't it? I mean, it's like taste. It's up for debate.
But not really. I told you taste is not debatable.
No, see, that's where we disagree. Taste is totally debatable, my man.
No, it's not. It's kind of like... Do you like dubstep?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm with the right setting, I'm not going to listen to it by myself. Really,
yes, but I don't like dubstep at all, and there's nothing that you can convince me to like it. I've heard a bunch of it. I don't like any of it. So
right, but you know why it's debatable? Why it's debatable is because you might not like it, but I can have a taste in it. So my taste is kind of like it gets into semantics here, and I understand what you're saying.
It's kind of like you can like dubstep all you like. You cannot convince me to like dubstep at all. I'll always hate it.
Right.
It's a losing argument. So that's like to debate that is a losing argument. Yeah, but we will both lose the argument. You cannot convince me to like it. I cannot convince you to not like it. You see?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, it's
just
when you
like, put it like that, yeah.
Me and Derek will never like Screamo. Do you like Screamo?
I did when I was younger. I gotta admit, I did.
So,
a little bit.
I can never dismay anybody from liking Screamo. I just will never like it. So, music is not debatable. Taste is not.
Just taste in music isn't. I get what you're saying. You either like it or you don't like it, and that's like
a fine line. Metal, maybe you just need to. Well, with metal, maybe you need to hear some. Not that I'm gonna play any. I can't. We're on YouTube. But maybe in your spare time, you just need to hear some to get into the groove. Maybe start with the Misfits. Be a great way to start.
What do you consider the Misfits?
The Misfits are heavy metal at the speed of punk.
I almost consider them kind of more on the kind of Depeche Mode. I mean to say, kind of a little bit like emo, a little bit.
No, Depeche Mode is new wave. What Depeche Mode is? It's kind of like dance music, but it's new wave. What Depeche Mode is. The two are kind of opposite ends of the table.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Opposite genres, but still close, kind of. I get it. Yeah, no, I liked, an embarrassing one that I liked.
What?
I don't know why I liked it. Hollywood Undead. I don't know if you ever listened to them.
I've heard of them.
Like a screamo, emo band.
I've heard of them.
They're all right at the time. Yeah, Prince Leonardo Depeche Dio.
Try listening to the Misfits. See if you like it.
I'll give them a shot.
It could be a four-way into heavy stuff like Metallica. Metallica's attitude is expressed in bands like the Misfits. And if you like the Misfits, try Black Flag. It's nothing evil. It's just on the same fringe because it's hardcore. Going to close this. It's just a YouTube announcement of something happening. Somebody else's show.
Yeah, how was what happened the other night with Derek? Why'd he bail out?
He had work late.
Really?
It's nothing I can control, so I went on alone, right?
No, yeah, you did a great job too. You did a really good job, actually.
It's nothing I have control over. Hopefully, I think he has tomorrow night off, so we're going on tomorrow evening.
For sure.
So.
Yeah, no, I know you have no control over it, Ken. No worries.
Okay, I'll tell you the first horror movie I ever saw. We know you saw Hostel. That was yours. The Exorcist.
Exorcist horror movie?
Yes, The Exorcist is a possession film. Yeah. The Exorcist is a possession film. It's definitely horror.
See, I'm more into horror films than slashers too. Like I'm thinking more slashers, but yeah, horror movies. You're going into like the demonic kind of like stuff. Exorcist is right up there
Yeah,
for sure.
yes. Hustle's
What
more
about the?
thrash metal. It is more a slasher thing. They did a special on slashers. 1 and 2, Hustle came up in part two, of course. Part one
Yeah.
was more ancient stuff, the beginning of slasher films. Have you
Yeah, you
ever
need to
seen?
watch.
First
Which
one
one?
was is considered Black Christmas. That's the first one. I have that waiting on the tape for me. And
Do you
then
like The Ring?
what?
Do you like The Ring?
I haven't seen The Ring.
No, it's all right.
I heard
It's all
it's
right
really
at the time.
scary. That's what I heard.
What's the one with the little girl who follows you around in the dark? And she go like that.
Ah, Blair Witch?
Grudge, Grudge. No, not Blair Witch. Grudge. You ever watch Grudge?
No, I only
Oh
watch
man,
specific.
maybe you're not into your dark side, sir.
I
Maybe
only
you haven't
watch
discovered
real
your dark
Pacific
side.
stuff. I'm in touch. I've read. Have you ever read Hellraiser or read the book? It was a
Man, I've
book.
read like 2 books in my life, bro.
Why only two?
Well, I can't read no good.
Why not?
Well, I was never taught the right ways, so I had to learn by myself.
Well, that's where it goes from The Exorcist. Right
I
after
know.
that time period, I started to read the writings of Stephen King. Have you ever
Stephen
read
King's a
King?
good one, I hear. No, the ones I did read were Goosebumps. Do you remember Goosebumps?
Never heard of it.
You never heard of Goosebumps?
No. When did that come out?
Real RK, what's the name? RK Rowling or
I've heard of
something
that
like that. Dude,
person.
Goosebumps is huge, man. The show and the movies and the it's like saying you don't know who or Rugrats is. It's like
I
I
know
never
what
know
that
about
is.
Goosebumps.
I know what Rugrats are. I've seen that
Yeah, man, you got to
cartoon.
get into Goosebumps. They're a really good like kid friendly read while still being pretty spooky.
Yeah, but King is outright scary. Well, I look forward to my horror books. Something scary. I wanted to be scared. Or I look no further
Yeah,
than Pet Cemetery. That's pretty scary. Good movie.
that one's a good one. Actually, I've seen
It's a great book.
the
It's a good
movie.
movie. And of course, I didn't read the book, but I saw the movie, The Shining.
I still haven't seen The Shining, man.
Get
I
out of
haven't
here.
seen it.
That's like
No,
saying
I swear.
I haven't seen
That is an insane one.
what?
That is a crazy one not to have seen. I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that really early. I saw it later after I saw The Exorcist. That's not a possession film. That's a ghost story. Yeah.
Did you ever see The Omen?
Yeah.
The first one or like the remake? 'Cause I saw the remake. I never saw the first one.
You haven't seen the first one. The first one, it's a classic. I've only seen the first one. First
Yeah,
one.
that's the remake was pretty good too, man. It was I saw it in theaters. It was pretty spooky. A lot of jump scares.
But that's a mission of Hollywood having no ideas.
Recycling old material. But
Yes.
everything's been done now, dude. There's not much originality out in the last 5 years. What's come out, not music wise, but movie wise, that's like worthy of being called on deemed the level of Exorcist or of Shining. Like what movies have come out in the last 5 years that you could honestly say, yeah, that's original and deserves to be up there on the pedestal with those other movies.
Nothing.
I can't think of one. Yeah, exactly. Because they've done everything. There's still good movies out there, but they're all recycled, bro. They're
No, not
all
all of them.
recycled stuff.
Adam Sandler has new movies. They're on Netflix. They're
Oh
amazing.
my god, Adam Sandler's so dead to me. Like the guy is so washed up.
Have you seen any of his new movies?
I think I saw. Yeah, I did. The one with David Spade. It's not that new anymore, but it's the last 5 years, last 2 years. The one they put on Netflix where
The Do
I didn't
Over.
like that one. was so
How can
cheap.
you not like the do-over? The do-over's great.
The do-over. You like the do-over?
Yes.
I didn't like the do-over, man.
Oh, you gotta see Sammy Wexler. He plays a nerdy guy.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. And a
I
bunch of
didn't
his
like
good
that.
friends are in it. Colin Quinn's in it. Nick Swanson. Oh, and all his old buddies, like even Baba Booey's in it as himself. Same thing with Chris Rock.
What
Warren
about,
Michaels
I'm
does the
thinking
intro.
more
What?
older movies. You ever see Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, I think?
I've seen part of it. I can. Gangsters from non-America aren't that impressive.
I love it. I love English
Sorry,
gangster
we have
movies.
better gangsters. I'm sorry, we do.
Trainspotting. Trainspotting's a classic.
That's a good one.
Forever a classic.
Okay,
That's a good British one.
So go listen to the Misfits. Metallica's pretty horrific in their early days. Later on, not so much.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing. Nobody. You're not talking about. I don't think they're saying this whatsoever because what's wrong with talking about murder and death? Happens every day.
Yeah, it does. Right now, somebody just passed over. And right now, someone else did. And right now, someone else was just born, man. We're just flying through.
That's true.
Flying through on a big cosmic ball of
Yeah, it doesn't get
fire
more
and
like
ground.
you think the band wants to kill you on the song Disposable Heroes. You will die when I say, back to the front. Right.
Well, they say, like, those type of music, like Marilyn Manson, like, they blame him for, like, 15, 16 school shootings because they say, like, oh, it turned people dark and it made them crazy and it made them hate
No,
people.
they were already wanting to commit the murders. You can't blame the music. If it's in
I
you.
agree with that 100%.
If it's
but
in
just
you,
on a
it's
devil's
in you.
advocate, like,
I heard this come out of the man's mouth himself in an article, an interview in Seconds Magazine. The book I keep on reading, 45 Dangerous Minds. You can't blame the music. These things are already in these people, especially Columbine. They went there that day to kill people because they didn't fit in, I guess. They can't blame the music. They're losers.
You're saying they were misfit?
In a sense.
They were misfits?
Well, so was I in one way or another, but I know right from wrong. So I don't worship the devil or anything. I know right from wrong. I was raised Catholic, so I know I was raised right. I know the difference between good and evil.
Right. I mean, most people, it comes into the nature versus nurture thing. Like, are you born with just evil in you, or is it a combination? I mean, obviously they have to say it's a combination, but I've always wondered that too. Are you born just a natural born killer? Like, are you born to know right from wrong but still not give a fuck?
That's a good movie.
Like, yeah, I never saw a Natural Born. You know which other one?
You've never seen Natural Born Killers?
Saints.
Get out of here, dude.
No. Boondock Saints as well. I never saw that one.
What?
Boondock Saints?
Get out of here. True.
No.
I haven't seen that one until recently. I saw it. It's good. I can't wait for part 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm stoked for the Breaking Bad movie, though. It's going to be a good one.
When's that coming out?
I'm not sure, but I'm imagining 2019 towards the end of the year. It's going to be a good one.
So like a year from now or something?
Yeah, maybe, hopefully less.
So he's going to play Walter White again, Bryan Cranston?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up, honestly, but I think they're, yeah, something like that.
They have to go with the same guy. There is no other Walter White. It's Cranston.
Well, do you think it's before Walter White, though? Like, who are they doing it on? Is it about Jesse? So that's the only one they haven't introduced in Better Call Saul, and it's the only one they haven't, he got away in Breaking Bad, so is it after Breaking Bad? Is it before Better Call Saul? Is it after Better Call Saul?
If it's after Breaking Bad, then no Walter White, because remember, he ended it, right?
Right.
So
that's what I'm saying.
He can't be in the movie if it's about that, but it could be Breaking Bad on the big screen and be the whole thing. but different storyline. If so,
Like with Walter White still?
yeah. So that
I don't know.
if Cranston's character is involved, you have to. There's no other Walter White. It's only him.
Yeah. Yeah, man. How was the Bohemian Rhapsody? I think you said you went and saw that.
That was good. I liked it. It's a little long, 2.5 hours, but
Yeah, my folks went and saw it too. They enjoyed it.
Complicated character. You can't just sum it up in like 90 minutes and be like, well, that's all Freddie Mercury's life. Freddie Mercury's life in 90 minutes. No. You have to add an extra hour. The man goes deep.
Right.
Deep, long life. Cut short.
He goes ham, son.
What?
He goes ham, hard as a motherfucker. That's what the kids say. They say ham.
What?
If you're going ham, ham, Ham. If you're going ham, you're going hard as a motherfucker, Kenny.
Okay, what?
I just taught you some lingo, some
what
slang.
What other hard genres do you like?
Like movie-wise still? Or
Yeah.
music?
Yeah, have you ever... So you've never seen Hellraiser?
Nah, I don't think... That's the one with the guy with the big red horns, right?
No. That's where there's a box. You find the box, right? And the box leads you to hell.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that one.
It's pretty
What's
scary,
the one I'm
man.
thinking of? The Hellbringer or something?
The Hellraiser. Was a
I'm
novel.
thinking of Hell something. No, I haven't seen that one. Have you seen Cube?
No, but Hellraiser brings you... A box appears and you find the box. And the box, you open the box and the box leads to hell.
Oh, that's the one where they're like, what's in the box? What's in the box? That one?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
It wasn't a novel, right, by Clive Barker. Then it became the novel equal to 2 movies. Then he formed a comic book, and the 3rd movie, they made a comic book version 1, 2. The 4th movie was the last one to be played in the theater. The other 4 movies went straight to video. I heard the 5th one is decent. I haven't heard good things or anything really about the next 3. They went straight to video. How good could they be?
Probably, yeah, not that good.
And plus, I don't think they were based, and I don't think Clive Barker had a hand in it. He's the writer. Yeah, I think it's just the minute something goes straight to video, or they made like too many of them, right? You know what it is? It's not original idea anymore. It's Hollywood. Hollywood has taken over the franchise.
What's your worst, your least favorite movie, Kenny? What's your like? Why do people like this movie?
You mean stuff I've walked out on, or would have?
Stuff that would have, yeah.
Batman and Robin. If it was on HBO, right, which I changed the channel an hour into it, right? If that was in the theater, I would have definitely walked out on that. It was horrible. I mean, Batman Forever was pretty bad, right? But that's good considered compared to the next film. It's actually good compared to Batman and Robin. Halloween 3, that's awful.
I haven't seen any of the Halloweens. That's with Michael Myers, right?
How can you not have seen any of the Halloweens? Not even part 1?
Not a huge slasher fan. I liked Freddy.
I mean, but you like Hostel. That's a slasher.
That's more of like a torture gore to me than a slasher. A slasher is getting chased everywhere and trying to run away from the bad guy, and you just can't get away.
I mean, you didn't see any of the Friday the 13th?
That's with Freddy, right? Or no, that's Nightmare on Elm Street.
Jason.
Jason, yeah. I saw Freddy vs. Jason in the theaters. That was a good movie.
You know, I helped do the smoke machine at a haunted house where Jack played Jason. He looked pretty scary.
Really?
You
It's fine.
scare me because I knew I'm right there with the smoke machine. Well, you scared some
It's
kids
cool.
all night long. I had to leave at some point to eat dinner and catch a bus. If the buses went to like midnight, I would have gotten everybody pizza and everybody take a pizza break. But
So, what's your plans for Thanksgiving coming up, Kenny?
go to my uncle's
You may
house.
have already said.
What are your plans?
Okay. I'm having my whole family come over here. Actually, I'll
Uh,
try and do like a 5 second stream or something.
then go off stream.
So,
Be with your family.
well, I will be. I will be. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. Have you ever listened to Psychobilly?
To who?
Psychobilly.
No, I haven't.
The band that laid down the first tunes of Psychobilly were the Cramps, the first ever horror punk band ever. They're the
I
reason
had never
why
even heard of them.
they are the reason why the Necromantics or Horror Pops or any psychobilly band, even the Reverend Horn Heat, was in existence. They're not really the horror genre of that kind of music, the Rev. No. No, they do stuff like rockabilly and country also. I think it's water. Hold on.
I wish. Hope everyone out there is enjoying this movie and all that. Movie talk. And, you know, um, you're just cool in the game right now.
What are
So what's
people
some
saying?
reviews? What are people saying? Apparently, I meant to say Hellboy earlier, not Hellraiser, Hellboy, which I didn't like.
Oh, I've seen that. That's good. I saw that in theater.
I didn't care. Yeah, it was all right.
I
Um,
thought it was better than
Goosebumps is
alright.
way after your youth, so they're saying there's no way you would know what Goosebumps is.
When did Goosebumps come out, anyways? The book.
It's like a huge series of books. There's got to be over like 20 of them, and
When did the
they
first
came
one?
out like 90s, bro. 90s for sure. Because my brother was into them.
Well, I was a teenager in the 90s, so I probably would have never been into it.
You were a teenager in the 90s?
Yeah, 1990. 13.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't a little kid, so that seems more like little kid stuff.
It is a little bit, but it was still pretty cool. It was like just on the edge of being adult content to me as a 10-year-old. And they were easy books to read. Like they weren't using too many big words, and the imprint was nice
So
and
you read all
large.
20 books, or just a couple?
Oh, and I had all of them. I had a whole bookshelf, and that's how I know there's at least 20 because I didn't even have
Well,
them
you want
all,
to read something
but I had a
more
lot.
horrific, go read a King. Stephen King, master of horror.
Stephen King.
Stephen King. It's pretty up there if you want to read a book that's 1,000-something pages. If that's too long
Yeah,
for you, Pet Sematary is pretty good. Thinner is pretty good. They're both good movies. I saw the movie first for Thinner, and then I read the book. When it comes to Pet Sematary, I read the book first, then saw the movie. One of the few that I did that.
Yeah, the only one I did that with reading the book first would have been The Outsiders.
Oh,
I like The Outsiders as a book.
I've read the book. I've seen the movie. They made Francis Ford Coppola made it On the Man thing they put out On the Man for a while. He adapted the movie to be like the book. Instead of starting halfway through the book, right? He added stuff to the beginning. They're starting right at the
For
beginning.
The Outsiders?
Yeah, you're starting right where the book begins.
I remember being told that actually. Like exactly what you just said. They did. He added a bunch more stuff to the beginning.
And it ends just the way the book does too.
Right.
They added more 50s music. They added Jerry Lee Lewis and some other stuff. They're greasers. You need 50s music.
What was your favorite sitcom, Kenny? Get away from movies. Favorite sitcom?
Seinfeld. Still watching now.
Ah, that's my boy. Because I was just gonna say Seinfeld as well. Seinfeld or 30 Rock. I like 30 Rock.
I'm a big Honeymooners fan. That's a good one.
Honeymooners? I don't think I've seen that one.
Get out of here.
No, man. That must be an older one.
1950s. Never too late to discover it. Every year, New Year's, they have a big old marathon. So look out for the end of the year. They're having a marathon.
For sure. Were you ever into anime, Kenny?
Not
You
really.
don't strike me as someone who, but
the animation didn't look that great for me.
no, you haven't given it a try lately either, because there's just such a wide variety that there's got to be something you'd like.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, it's worth a shot, man. A lot of good animes out there. I could see you really geeking out on some good anime, like drawing it and shit like that.
I don't know. I'm not that kind of drawer. I'm only really good at faces.
Or painting, then I should say.
I was always only good at faces. I can't draw anything else. Or paint anything else. That's my mastery. Stick to what you're good at.
Beetlejuice wants to know, hey Kenny, how does it feel to be #1 YouTube sensation? Question mark.
I'm number one.
You are now. Tonight you are, buddy. Tonight you are.
All right.
I was just messing around. I don't know what he's talking about anyway. It's just being a troll.
I get it, man. I don't care about being number one. My only goal is to be monetized. If you get monetized first, that's fine. As long as I eventually get. It's my goal.
Yeah, just keep doing shows, man. You'll get there.
Yeah, that's the goal.
You know what I mean? It might take a while, but.
Well.
What's the wrong with that? But I am gonna wrap this up with you, Kenny.
All right. I was about to say this is kind of seems like it's been fun.
It's taking its course. Yeah.
Yeah. It's late.
It is, man.
I'll
You got
join
work
for the
tomorrow?
after show, but then I probably gotta go sleep.
For sure, man. You got work tomorrow or what?
Yeah. Well.
Okay. All right, bud. Well, good show tonight, Kenny.
I gotta work in the afternoon, but Friday I'll be at Record Store Day, probably around 1 with Kitty. Because I get out. I got work from 8 to 12 on Friday.
Okay.
All right, man.
For sure, man. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Okay, I got end stream. Stop streaming.